Hi. Happy Thursday. Today is the day that Jupiter rules. First, I am the Moon Mama, also known as Monique. Welcome to our Master Nodal class, where we are tracking the nodes through the cosmos, through the heavens, in order to activate the nodal power within our own cells. Because we can do this through the law of oneness. Everything in our universe is one, everything is connected. For the past several thousand years, as humans, we have been functioning in this patriarchal mindset, which has externalized everything and given us the notion, the idea, the belief that things are separate when things are absolutely not separate. Everything is one. And when we come into an understanding of the practicality of oneness, how that actually is applying in our daily lives, then it becomes alive to us. It becomes, we begin to experience the spirit of the reality because we anchor into the experience of oneness. And so today we're having an eclipse at 11:56 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So on the East Coast, it'll be almost 3 a.m. and it's at different times depending on your time zone. But this is a very important eclipse because it is an eclipse in the lunar. It's a lunar eclipse, which is the inner world ruled by Virgo in the Western astrology. And Virgo is the energy when they talked about in the Bible, when Jesus' mother, Mary, was a virgin, Virgo is the virgin. So it is in the energy of the Virgo nodal shifts that we can access the Christ consciousness, the Haru, the Ra that is within us. When I talk about how the spirituality has been co-opted by religion, and my work helps me to understand that nothing is a mistake. Because when I talk about the co-op and the patriarchy, there's a lot of dark, shadowy energy as if somebody is doing something to us. And in the world right now, it looks very much like they're doing something to us. But this is a cosmic experience that we're having. This is all divine. And every human is playing their role. They could be playing that role from a level of ignorance, where their behaviors are not conscious, but they still are in alignment with what is happening on the planet because we're in a season of destruction. So people who happen to be oftentimes carry the most destructive patterns and behaviors for the purpose of destroying the old reality are usually less conscious. When you have that deep animal, separate, the idea that things are separate, it will make you less conscious because you are holding separation inside of you. But that is a part of the divine plan. So I'm saying this to say, as I talk about the patriarchal and racism, and say, I'm not blaming. I'm just saying that these are effects of the shift that's happening on the planet right now. And if we can understand that and do our work to allow ourselves to embody our own role, then we don't have to be so triggered by the stuff that looks really chaotic. So back in 2000 years ago, when the Europeans started um, gathering their power, gathering power through colonialism, through the Catholic Church, through the Roman Empire, they began to take ancient text from Egypt and Alexandria and reinterpret them to externalize our behavior, which is, so when you hear about the witches and the witches being killed and all of that, they were killing off an old reality. They were killing off the people who were holding in place natural law is what they were doing, because natural law reigned at one point, and we needed to go through another revolutionary experience so that we would evolve as humans. And what happened, what came out of that, out of the dark ages, is this externalizing of energy. And how it looks today is we have this conversation about Israel, right? And we think that that's a country. We think that those are a people. But Israel really meant thousands of years ago is IS for Isis, the moon, the internal realm, Ra for the sun, the external expression, together make God. And when you follow the sun through the constellations, which are the 12 tribes of Israel, the constellations, the 12 tribes of Israel are Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. And everyone on the planet has all of these energies within them. Aries is the head. And I'm not going to go into all the things, because we have a lymph system. We have and emotions. We have all these organs and fascia, but everything in your body is ruled by one of the tribes of Israel. Every part. So we are all a part of this experience of oneness where everything comes together. The ancestors before this, so you have to think about it. Jesus was 2,000 years ago. We've been here thousands and thousands of years. What was going on before that? There was something going on before that. Thousands of years. So for thousands of years, our ancestors tracked the cosmos. They tracked the sun through the cosmos, and they discovered that the sun takes 30 days to actually go from one constellation, from one tribe to the next tribe, because the sun is Ra, and the moon takes 30 days to go around the entire constellation. And so when you follow the sun and the moon, Ra is the sun, is the moon, Ra is the sun, is Ra, and when you do it all together and you do it, you access God. So Israel means God within. And so how it's been hijacked is we have this idea that Israel is a country, is a people. So we project our own internal God energy, subconsciously unaware of what we're doing, onto these people. We deify them with our internal deities, energies. We are giving it to them by thinking they are Israel, because Israel is really the power of the moon, your inner world, the power of your sun, how you express yourself. And when you do those two together, when they are aligned, harmonized, the moon is your feminine energy, the sun is your masculine energy. And when they are harmonized inside of you, you are Israel. You are Israel. When you follow the sun through the 12 tribes of Israel, you become God. You become El. It's so simple. It's hard to believe that we are so far away from it, because you really can't escape it. It's just the ideas. The mind has given us, they've given us new stories, new narratives about these very ancient systems that are in our body. And because we're not looking for it within our bodies, and we are hearing about it outside. So remember, about a decade ago, they were like calling terrorists ISIS. I was like, and I remember being like, huh, that's an interesting thing they're doing. They're calling the terrorists Isis, which is the feminine divine, goddess within us all. And so it was really interesting because I'm like, oh, that's interesting. They're saying that the feminine is coming to attack the old patriarchy because ISIS was like, Robin Hood. Really, that's what ISIS really was. They were these terrorists. They're not even terrorists. I'm just using that because I'm colonialized. My brain is, but they were doing the work to help the people get free. That's what they were doing. And the West called them terrorists because of the conflict between the masculine and the feminine. And that's not about man and woman. That is about an internal force, the divine feminine, being oppressed, being shut down, being denied for patriarchy's sake. And so when they take the language and co opt it, it forces us to begin to project the reality outside of ourselves, which then drains our power. Am I making sense? I know this might be the first time, maybe it's not the first time you've heard it, but it's the first time I've said it out loud because I have not, it hasn't been time now. So it's the first time I've said it out loud, but does it make sense? Because this is the math. This is the cosmological math. Because we are in, you see the connection. Okay, great. This is the cosmological math, and we have been conditioned by beliefs and narratives and stories that have ancient roots. They are ancient stories, but the way that we are perceiving them as something outside of us is what's draining our power. And so today is a very important day because we're having an eclipse in Virgo. And like I said, Virgo is the virgin. And Mary, the mother of Christ, which is a cosmological, mythological experience. It's not an actual person. It's not a real person in the Bible. It's a cosmological energy that's always moving, and it's moving through us. And so the mother of Christ, the virgin, is the Virgo. Virgo is the virgin. So that means that we are in the energy now of giving birth to the Christ power within us at whatever level you are. This is not an all or nothing. This is a process of ascension. And so, we want to do the work that the cosmos is offering to be done so that we can ascend. So what happens is while the sun is in Pisces, which is here, the sun is in Pisces, the moon is in Virgo, the sun, Pisces is the allness. It's the unmolded. It's the unformed. Okay, you feel the answer. Pisces is the unformed. It's the materials that come together to make the physical world. And Virgo is the order of the physical world. Virgo says, this goes here. Virgo takes the materials from Pisces and says, okay, this energy is for this, and this energy is for that, and that goes there, and that goes there. Because Virgo is about devotion and dedication and order and perfection and precision, right? So your body is precise. Your nose is in the middle of your face for a reason. Your eyes are where that is precision. That is Virgo, right? And so we're doing that on many, many levels. We're doing that with our emotions. Is this emotion appropriate for this experience? Is this action appropriate for this thing? Like, we're constantly in a process of organizing our internal to our external. It is, but when you have an idea, when the ideas have been co-opted to believe that the power is outside of you, the authority is outside of you, you need a doctor, you need a politician, you need a husband, you need a wife, when you believe that, you're externalizing your power, and you're draining your own system. And so when we drain our own systems, we age, we get sick, everything begins to break down because our mind, the mental reality, is what is literally directing your experience. And if you think that the power is out there, if you think you need something, if you think you need something other than this, if you have a belief that there is anything outside of you, you diminish your own connection to this because it's all inside of you. And depending on what your natal chart is, that's the code to how you access everything inside of you. So while we are in this full moon eclipse in Virgo, we want to be looking at the things that are the lies that we believe. It's really about what are the lies that you have bought into. Now, you're not going to discover them all at once, because if you did, your whole reality would collapse. It's a gentle process. It's a gentle process. And when you follow, so right now, it's like this full moon is, you look in your life. What's happening in your life? What are you seeing? So when I look in my life, I don't even know if I feel like being this transparent this morning. Not that I have anything that I'm hiding, but I don't feel like, I feel private is what I'll say. When I look at my life, I have a Pisces rising. I can see how I have denied the spiritual wisdom because I have wanted to fit in and belong to a broken world because I was in it. And so I denied the spiritual understanding. The stuff that I'm sharing with you guys now, in many ways, I have always known it, but because no one else was doing it or supporting me in it, I tried to run from it. I tried to run from it. And so now I am giving myself the permission to know what I know and to share it, even though it's new ideas or stuff that people don't understand, or it contradicts everything we've ever been taught, because the stuff I know contradicts everything we've ever been taught. I mean, this is the 12 tribes of Israel: Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. We were told that the 12 tribes of Israel were some Jewish people, and you know what I mean? Like, we've been told all these lies. And I am giving myself to stand in the truth that I know. Mati says, this eclipse season, I'm giving myself permission to let go of childhood wounds and grow up. Yes, Mati. Absolutely. Absolutely. We're doing the work. Monty's a part of our community, and we do the work. We go hard in the most gentle, loving, beautiful ways so that we can uncover the 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 lies, because the lies that we believe block our energies. They block them from flowing. If you don't believe you're powerful, if you don't believe that you giving your authority to someone else is you giving your power away, if you don't understand that, if you are in experiences where you think that people are doing things to you because you don't understand reality and how it works, you make that stuff true in your life. If you believe it, it becomes true. And but the true thing, what I've discovered, is to align myself to cosmic truth. And if I align myself to cosmic truth, the 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 energies of the universe, my ancestors, will come and help me realign and get more connected to what is true. And so that's why I'm now finding the courage to share the things that I get in my ancestral experience. One of the most intense things that came to me once while I was in a plant medicine ceremony was the ancestors came and showed me that Everything we ever went through, that I ever went through, that my ancestors went through, was completely planned. They did it all so that I could get here now. The slavery, the my grandfather watching his father, like all of it was so that I could be here now to encapsulate that light and dark to activate my power for my lineage. Not just for me, but for my lineage. And it all had to happen because the oppression is the energy that builds power. If you think about when they want to make electricity, they build a dam against a raging river that then builds energy to create power. That is what oppression does. Diamonds are the evidence of oppression. Coal, under deep, deep, deep pressure, becomes a diamond. That is the same for Black people. We are coal that have been pressed into diamond. We are water that has been dammed up that generates power and energy. And if we don't have the right conditions and circumstances that oppress, that push down, we won't be able to activate the power. Now, because we have been given these narratives that the power is outside of us and it's not us, we don't go inside to source the power. We go external, which actually keeps everyone else powerful and us powerless. But the trick is to follow the sun and the moon inside of yourself through your own valley of the shadow of death within you, and die to the old and be born, ascended to the truth of who you are, which is Ra, Christ, Buddha, Kuan Yin. You are that. You are that. It is within you. The stories you have been told, the lies you have been told are blocking you from being who you're really meant to be. All right, y'all. If you need support, you can check out my website at healwithmoonmama.com. I am here to support you with coaching. My clients are really beginning to thrive in ways that the clients who've been working with me for a while, like they're beginning to really thrive in ways that I'm excited to see. And so if you need support and you're ready to really do your own internal work, your ancestral work, to clean up those trauma patterns, if you feel energy inside of you, if you feel like there's something wanting to express through you and you don't know how to access it, let me help you, because I can help you access it, because I can see it. All right, y'all. Peace and blessings. I love you so very much. Have a really beautiful day on this eclipse. We are giving birth to something very powerful, and I'm really grateful to be alive right now and humbled to be able to be of service in the way that I get to serve. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye.